Hello, hello! Back again. I just wanted to come on here and give an update of what I've been working on. And previously I was working on paper, small 5x7 size paper with acrylic and Posca markers and creating patterns and like different like flower motifs on it, and putting that in a frame, and it looked really I liked the way that I was going. And so I decided that I'm gonna start experimenting with this type of style now on canvas. And this time I'm using the size 24 by 18 inches. So that's just like a bit bump up from smaller size working with. And I just eventually you want to go larger and larger, especially when it's like dealing with abstract. People I think tend to like larger size scale in abstract. Small size is good, but large is like wow, the wow factor. So I just decided I would work on this size to start, and eventually I want to make it larger, of course, but I decided I'd work on this particular size just to get the flow going. And as you'll see in the process of me painting, which you'll see in the video, I go through the stages of the layers of painting, and we come up with something that I feel pretty good about. And I just wanted to share what was going on, and you'll see basically through the process of how it goes from just a plain background. It's great to just get the background going with the red, and then start with the flow of the putting out the colors as I usually do, like trying to have a composition, and then going with the Posca markers to create the patterns. So you'll see all that in the video, and it does the video doesn't complete totally with the finished piece, but you'll see upcoming what that turns out to look like. So let's check it out.
In this section, I'm just laying down the colors that I want to incorporate in the composition. Just being random, over the red background. So I believe the colors that are used here is the titanium white mixed in with cadmium red and a teal turquoisey color. Just feeling my way around just to get an idea of what is looking intuitively working with regards to shapes as well. I tend to take photos in between just to look at it from a different perspective. Find that's helpful. So after I put down the base of the red and do 2 layers of the shapes with the composition of the colors, here you can see that I'm going in with the Posca marker and just creating different patterns and shapes to have some sort of like a design idea. I haven't previously sketched any of this. This is just intuitively working here. And this is one size I'm going through with first of the Posca marker, and then I will switch it up to use different sizes. Here, as you can see, it's the smaller, this is probably the medium Posca marker size tip. So I've slowed down, or actually I'm speeding up this section so you could see how I'm going through with the thicker, this is like I think the 15 millimeter larger Posca marker chisel tip. I'm just going around just to create different thicker, larger, dark sections. And here again, I'm going in to fill in some more of the area to put in some more markings. This is obviously part of the under mark making area. Back to regular speed here. I'm just going to show you a bit of putting some acrylic paint just to sort of cover over some of these dark Posca marker lining. And I like to use this palette knife head here just to blend and scratch through into the paint to give you like some other texture. These colors, basically it's a darker pink and light pink and this turquoise teal color. I did blend them with titanium white to change them up. So it's not exactly straight using from the jar of paint. I did put, I think it was like a titanium red with the cadmium red, I think, sorry, with the titanium white, and again the teal turquoise color with the titanium, and then lightened up with brighter pink. It looks kind of reddish, but it is a combination of the red and titanium, and then further lightened up. That other lighter pink is lightened up further with more titanium white. In my little container. Stays pretty loose and stays a little longer, like lasting, covering in the container. So I just find that that's easier to use. Lasts a little longer, a couple days of staying useful. In this section, I ended up going over the light turquoisey blue to make it darker. I didn't like how light it was looking, so I'm gonna see. I'm just gonna speed up a little here, so you'll just see me covering over the blue, turquoisey blue, to make it look a little darker. I just basically added that a little bit more of that teal color to what I had already used, and add a little bit more of the gloss medium just to loosen it up a little, and just went over the blue to make it darker. Oh, here I'm coming back again just to bring in some more of that pinky red color, dark red pink color, just to make it look more cohesive and composition wise come together more. So I'm just going to go back and touching up here a little bit more with just a little bit more of the pink, light pink, and the darker pink color. Yeah, again, just bring it all together a little bit more. Taking the photos so I can, you know, see a different perspective.
Voila! Here it is. You'll see in my demonstration while I was painting and working on this, you'll see how I started it with the putting down the colors and then the shapes and just, you know, intuitive vibe going on here. And I love these combination of colors. I will definitely want to experiment with, you know, other colors, maybe I don't know, could be darker, but I like this this look, and this is the sort of vibe of creating that I was doing on the paper. So you know, it is, I guess this was my way of figuring out first how it would work on a smaller scale, and then transitioning to a larger scale. I could be larger scale paper, but in this case it's the canvas, because ultimately, you know, it's like ready to hang. You don't have to really deal with framing unless you want to, and that would definitely make it more enhanced. But if you don't need to, with like paper, usually would need to frame for it to be protected, and also well, an easier way of hanging it, of course. So getting back to this piece, I haven't yet figured out what the name will be, but we'll see, you know, what comes to mind. Usually I tend to, sometimes along the way I can tend to think of a name, but typically most times it's after the work's, when I think it's pretty much done, that's when a name comes to me. So if anybody can think of a name, that would be you know, put your thoughts in the comments. That would be, you know, intriguing to get some ideas. So I like, you know, these flower motifs here. And at first I think I had it as pink. I didn't have the yellow added. This yellow's been added after the work was done. I compared it. I did end up doing a second piece similar to the colors here. And then when I put them together, they look like they make a good diptych. You know, when you have two or three, but three is triptych, but when you have two pieces, you can make it be like a diptych, right? So this ended up, this was the flower motif section was pink, and then when I put the yellow, it gave a good pop against this turquoise and the pink color. And I like, you know, this is sort of like a leaf effect, even though, you know, it's got the lines on there, and I like all the shapes that are in here, these patterns. I'm really getting into the patterns. I've been noticing it's like a sort of a thing I've been doing. I don't know, I just like the way it looks, but then I also like how it can be covered and intermingle with the blending, and so some of it gets seen and some of it doesn't. It's just, I like that play. And yeah, I think I like how it turned out. I really appreciate you taking the time to take a look at this video, check out my process and how I do my painting work here. And if you're interested in seeing more of this, that would be great. And I'm gonna be keeping it going as best I can to share more of my thoughts about my process and the artwork here. And if you're liking what you're seeing, that'd be great to have a subscribe or a like, comment what you're thinking, and you know, that would be really great. I'd really appreciate. Thanks so much for all the love and support. Till next time.